I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and this is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. I'm going to go into Jeremiah 28, and this gives us an account and an example of false prophet, all right? Because you got a lot of false prophets out here, teaching the scriptures, teaching on the street corners. You have men that are telling you there's not going to be no Jacob's trouble. You have men that telling you that you can take the micro C hip. That's not the mark of the beast. And these people, they're not warning. All right, these teachers, these false prophets, they're not warning the nation of Israel, and they don't understand that there's a price to be paid. When you don't teach the truth, it comes at a cost. All right, so let's read this. Jeremiah 28:1. It says, "And it came to pass the same year, in the beginning of the reign Zedekiah king of Judah, in the 4th year, and in the 5th month, that Hananiah the son of Azur the prophet, which was of Gibeon, spake unto me in the house of Yahweh, in the presence of the priests and of all the people, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh of hosts, the Most High of Israel, saying, I have broken the yoke of the king of Babylon." All right, so this dude Hananiah, he's basically lying to the people, right? Let's read it. Verse 3. "Within 2 full years I will bring again unto this place all the vessels of Yahweh's house that Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, took away from this place and carried them to Babylon." All right, so he's saying that the vessels of the Lord's house is talking about the Israelites who went into captivity. And this dude Hananiah, he's acting like he's going to rescue them and take them out of captivity, right? Trying to give them words of comfort, when that wasn't the case, because Yahweh was still, he was our people were being placed, under judgment and placed in captivity because Yahweh was, upset with our people. But nonetheless, this dude Hananiah, he's over here trying to, sign a check that his ass can't cash, So let's read verse 4. It says, "And I will bring again to this place Jessoniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, with all the captives of Judah that went into Babylon, saith the Lord, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon," which that's not true, because this wasn't the time. And that's why I was bringing up the false prophets of today. They're doing the same thing. They're out here telling you, oh, you can take the micro C hip. It's not the mark of the beast. They're telling you that there's not going to be no Jacob's trouble. I saw an account on the internet, on YouTube. A dude was teaching that Jacob's trouble is dealing with trouble for the other nations. All kind of lies. You prophets and teachers who are out there, false prophets who are out there on the street corners, and you're telling the people lies, just like this dude Hananiah. The Lord's got a great judgment for you. All right, let's keep reading. Verse 6. Even the prophet. Let's see. Did I read 5? Then the prophet Jeremiah said unto the prophet Hananiah, in the presence of the priests and in the presence of all the people that stood in the house of Yahweh. Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen. The Lord do so. The Lord perform thy words which thou hast prophesied, to bring again the vessels of the Lord's house and all that is carried away captive from Babylon into this place. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of the people. All right, so Jeremiah is about to, set him straight and expose him, right? Just like we do. You got all these men who are teaching these false doctrines, telling you that, like I keep saying, they say, oh, there's no Jacob's trouble. We don't have to, deal with Jacob's trouble. That's not what it is, Well, they're teaching you a lie. They're bringing you comfort by giving you a lie. That's the same thing this guy was doing, Hananiah. It was not prophesied by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, that they were gonna, get the vessels, which were the people who were in captivity in Babylon, that they were gonna get restored and taken out of captivity. Let's read 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right, so, Jeremiah is explaining, like, look, the true prophets that came before me, they weren't coming with good news. Usually when the prophets are on the scene, it's because the Lord sends the prophets to warn the people, right? So you're not warning the people if you're sitting there trying to comfort them, Like these pagan Christian churches, they're way off, right? They won't tell you the truth because they don't want you to stop giving them tithes. They want you to keep coming, and you start teaching the truth in those pagan Christian churches, people is going to stop coming. They're not going to be putting that money every week in the tithes basket, you see? But the true prophet, we tell you, because we're not concerned with that type of thing. We're not concerned with the, let's grab this real quick. I got a few precepts in my head. Let's get this. Isaiah 58:1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up the voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression of the house of Jacob, and the house of Jacob their sins. So right here it says, cry aloud, spare not, meaning spare not what? Spare not their feelings. You see? We don't care how you feel. The true prophet is going to deliver the message according to how it's written. You're not going to alter it or change it just to keep the people happy, Let's get this other precept. Isaiah, let me see, 30:20. No, this ain't it. Salaki, I went to the wrong one. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Let me see. 30:10. Let's get that. 30:10. It says, well, I'll start at 9. This is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High, Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. You see? Even our people are so rebellious. Instead of hearing the truth, they'd rather be taught lies just to comfort them, even if it's not the truth, And you got reprobate spirits out there like that actually want to be taught a lie than to know the truth, Let's get back to Jeremiah 28. Where am I at? 20. I'm at verse. I lose my spot, man. Oh, Salakia. Jeremiah 28:9. It says, the prophet that which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh hath truly sent him. And Hananiah the prophet took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and brake it. And it says here, and Hananiah spake in the presence of all the people, saying, thus saith Yahweh, even so will I break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, from the neck of all nations within the space of 2 full years. And the prophet Jeremiah went his way. Yeah, because he knew he was just talking shit, and he knew that it was not a prophecy that was going to be fulfilled, because that prophecy was not of Yahweh. Just like this Donald Trump, you stupid ass people who are in that mindset that he's going to make America great again, and you believe in that lie, you're going to get caught up in that bullshit. You're not, The truth is there's going to be chaos, calamity, corruption, destruction, Jacob's trouble. All this is coming to Babylon, America. All right, but let's keep reading. Verse 12. Then the word, and this is after he left, right? Jeremiah left. It says Jeremiah went his way. And then in verse 12 it says, then the word of Yahweh came unto Jeremiah the prophet after that Hananiah the prophet had broken the yoke from off the neck of the prophet Jeremiah, saying, go and tell Hananiah, saying, thus saith Yahweh, thou hast broken the yokes of wood, but thou shalt make for them yokes of iron. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him, and I have given him the beasts of the field also. So, this was Yahweh telling Jeremiah, like, look, I've given Nebuchadnezzar this dominion. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, that every time the empires or the nations that rule or have dominion, they're all appointed by the Most High Yahweh. And it's not gonna; those empires are not gonna collapse until it's ordained by Yahweh. All right, Yahweh makes the calls, man. We always telling you, Yahweh is the one who with the last say. Yahweh is the one who transfers kingdoms to power and transfers kingdoms to fall, empires to fall. But this wasn't the appointed time. Hananiah was, like I said earlier, he was writing a check that his ass couldn't cash. You see? So let's read 15. It says, then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, Yahweh hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. You see that? That's the same thing these false prophets right now are doing. They're telling you, go ahead and take the micro C-hip. There ain't going to be no Jacob's trouble, We're going to just enter the kingdom without any tribulation. You see? And that's a lie. Let me grab that real quick. Let's see. Acts 14 and 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. You see that? So we have to, the only way we can get to the kingdom is we have to go through Jacob's trouble. We have to go through Esau's chaos. We have to go through the devil, knowing he has but a short time, right? So he's going to bring great wrath on the Israelites. It's like you just burped. Revelation 12:12. Let me read that. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right. That's why. What do you think Donald Trump, when he gets inaugurated, day one, he says, I'm gonna, he's gonna enforce that borders in him are gonna be doing the mass deportation. That's just one example, That ain't even all of the recipe for a destruction and disaster and trouble that's coming for the Israelites during Jacob's trouble. Let's grab that real quick. Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right, we're going to be saved. The elect are going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. But nonetheless, we're going to have to go through that great tribulation before we enter the kingdom. So, you got to be a true prophet. You can't let no words fall to the ground, like it says in the book of Samuel, I think. Let's see, let me get that real quick. You got to report the truth. Like they say in the courts, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? You can't leave parts out. You see, you leave parts out, and you're all automatically become a false prophet, like Hananiah, making a statement and trying to make a promise that he couldn't deliver on, and as we're about to read, he had to pay for that. Let's get 1 Samuel 3:19. It says, "And Samuel grew, and Yahweh was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground." All right? So I'm talking about Yahweh's words. You can't, because, the prophets, throughout history, the Lord has set up his prophets to warn the people. So a true prophet in this time right now is going to be warning you about the times we're approaching, which includes Jacob trouble, which includes nuclear war, which includes chaos, And if you're not teaching that, then you're automatically a false prophet, because you're letting words fall to the ground. You're not supposed to do that, right? You're supposed to spare not. It tells you in Isaiah 58:1. Spare not, right? Meaning spare not their feelings. Don't worry about their feelings. You got to deliver and declare and declare the truth according to 100% was written. You can't leave stuff out, because there's a price to pay if you're leaving things out of Yahweh's message, of Yahweh's prophecies, So let's go back to Jeremiah 28. Jeremiah 28. Let me read 15. "Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet," Hear now, Hananiah. So he was checking him. That's what we do. The true prophets, we check these other false prophets, just the way Jeremiah did Hananiah. You saying there ain't no Jacob's trouble? Well, guess what? We're gonna come and let the people know, and let you false prophets know there is gonna be a Jacob's trouble. All right. It says, "Yahweh hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people trust in a lie." And that's a serious offense. If you're giving the Lord, you're teaching the Lord's people, the Israelites. If you're teaching them lies, you're not telling them to repent. You're not telling them to what's really coming. You're not doing the work of Yahweh if you're changing the script. Let me get this real quick. Ezekiel 3. Let's start at 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me." You see? So we're the watchmen. We're supposed to give the people warning. Which people? The house of Israel. And if you're not giving them the warning, or if you're teaching some bullshit, some lie, you're just saying words just to comfort the people, then you're a false prophet. And there's a price to pay for all the false prophets out there. You see? Let me read that again. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. What Yahweh is saying, give them warning from me. Yahweh is the one who's going to put us in Jacob's trouble. He's gonna put the spirit on Esau, Edom to afflict us, to oppress us, to the point where it's literally called Jacob's trouble. Jacob dealing with all the 12 tribes of Israel. You see? Grab this one real quick, and then I'll read the last one in Jeremiah 28, and I'll close out. This is Isaiah 56:10. It says, his watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. You see that? So if you have a watchdog and a thief comes in the house, and your dog just sitting on the couch, sitting on his doggy cushion, and he ain't barking, then the thief is gonna get away. He's gonna take all your shit. He may even kill you. Well, that's the same thing that these false prophets are likened unto, these blind watchmen. You're like a dog that doesn't bark. You're supposed to bark. You're supposed to warn the people. You're supposed to warn the people from the judgment. You're supposed to spare not their feelings. You're lift your voice up like a trumpet. Let's go back to that last verse in Jeremiah 28:17. It says, 16. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against Yahweh. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. See that? There's a price to pay if you're one of those false prophets and you're not teaching sound doctrine. You're not teaching, what's written. You're not teaching the scriptures. You're letting words fall to the ground. You're adding or you're subtracting from the word. The Most High is going to put you to death, man. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. I hope the lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.